It is commonly believed and taught that modern man has reached the peak of human ingenuity, light years ahead of his primeval savage Stone Age forebears, where he continues to climb and to evolve to a higher stage of human intelligence. But there are some gaps and some troubling unanswered questions. Some of the oldest paintings in the world were discovered in a cave in southern France. On close examination of this artwork, it was discovered that these cavemen, its earliest inhabitants, were much better at illustrating animals than artists today. They were much better at depicting quadruped or four-footed animals walking than modern artists. That's strange. Isaak Newton is a Neolithic settlement mound in what is today called Turkey in Asia Minor. An obsidian bracelet was discovered in 1995 when the site was excavated. It may not look like much, but when this small artifact was closely examined with the latest high-tech state-of-the-art technology, many were shocked to what was discovered. One of the engineers was a part of a team who wrote their findings in the Journal of Archaeological Science number 38, 2011, and discovered that the craftsmanship was so advanced that it couldn't be bettered today, according to the British newspaper, the Daily Mail. These findings pose a bit of a problem to how most of us in the world are taught to look at the past. And the only way we can carefully assess the past is by analysing two dominant conflicting worldviews and choosing which one leans closer to the evidence that has been uncovered. Charles Darwin was a 19th century British naturalist whose views dominate modern science. And in 1871 he published a book titled The Descent of Man that said that the early progenitors of man were no doubt inferior in intellect and probably in social disposition to the lowest existing savages. But, he said, it is quite conceivable that they might have existed or even flourished if, while they gradually lost their brute-like powers such as climbing trees, etc., they at the same time advanced in intellect. This is one worldview. The other view was written thousands of years before Darwin was born. And when you analyze the stories of the oldest cultures, they all agree with the Bible. For in Genesis chapter 4 and verse 17, it records that the earliest of men who walked on this earth were city builders. In order to build a city, you would have to be a very skilled draftsman and a land surveyor. You would have to check the soil and see that it is not suffering from sedimentation. And you would have to have a first-hand knowledge of construction to measure the size of the material so that the monuments you are building can stand against the pressure of rain, wind, frost, or even an earthquake. This is the second worldview. As scientists closely examine both the physical and mental capacity of early man and modern man, they have come to the conclusion that man is declining, and this has been ongoing for thousands of years. Early man was far more fit, stronger, and more intelligent and agile than the people of the digital age, and our bodies and our brains are shrinking and getting much smaller. These are two skulls. The one on the left is of a modern human, and the one on the right is of an older Neanderthal human from Europe. The modern skull is smaller than the older one. The skulls on the left are from Ethiopia in the Horn of Africa and are bigger than their descendants. And the tooth on the right was found in a cave in Siberia in northern Asia from a people who have been labeled the Denisovans. The teeth are a lot bigger than modern human teeth. And what conclusions have scientists come to with these finds? Cambridge University experts say humans are past their peak, and modern-day people are 10% smaller and shorter than their hunter-gatherer ancestors. The male brain of, according to their timescale, 20,000 years ago measured 1,500 cubic centimeters. Modern man's brains just average 1,350 cubic centimeters, a decrease equivalent to the size of a tennis ball. The female brain has shrunk by about the same proportion. If man has shrunk physically and cannot outsmart his early forebears in art and carving stone, then when exactly did we start evolving?